All right, guys, take three. um, what's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the third attempt, my third attempt at doing a special Friday show. And if you guys will give me just a second, I'm going to pull this up so that I can see the chat. And I know you guys probably don't trust this right now. You guys are thinking, all right, take three. He's going to do it again, but it appears this time is different because of the fact that I am not using OBS for this stream. I'm actually doing this right from my YouTube channel. And because OBS pushes, listen, OBS is heavy. It pushes out a lot of it takes a lot of bandwidth to push through the amount of data that I put through on my channel. So anyway, let me go ahead and pull up my notes here. Again, my apologies for the tech support stuff, but I'll do the best I can here. Anyway, so let me pull this up here. So welcome in to my third attempt at a Friday show. I can't imagine that I'll have any more buffering because again, I'm not using OBS, and there's definitely a problem with my internet. We're gonna have a tech come out here one more time. They ran a bunch of tests. It said something was offline, and that was that. So anyway, so I wanted to talk about just a couple of quick things here. Just on a random, just doing a random Friday night thing. I had a big time migraine yesterday, so I didn't really get to. I wasn't really myself, but here I am. I was like, I got 3 people watching. You guys don't trust that I'm going to be able to be on the air. Jesus fucking Christ, man. I guess that's the way this goes. Anyway, so I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on, Legend P. Good to see you in here. So I wanted to talk about why I love high heels. I want to talk about the fact that Gillette. I wanted to talk about the Gillette commercial that everybody is talking about these days, and then just any random thing. If you guys have any questions or comments or whatever the case may be, just put it right there in the chat. I had the phone lines up. I might work on getting those up again. And again, this is my third or fourth attempt. So, my bad to you guys, who keep getting notifications that I'm on. Anyway, I'll take that up with the technician. So anyway, so I finally took a look at I'd heard about the Gillette commercial, but I hadn't really watched it from start to finish. I guess like I should have. And of course, I'm sure we've all heard about it. We've heard about it on the news and this and that and the third. And a lot of guys are wondering, hey, what does Donovan think about the Gillette commercial? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about now. So the Gillette commercial is quite literally saying, listen, toxic masculinity, it's doing that same old tired rhetoric. And I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to say, and forgive my voice. My voice is a little hoarse because I yelled at horse about 15 minutes ago on the phone. But the thing is this, guys, is Gillette never promoted toxic masculinity. They never promoted that stuff. That's just how it is. What Gillette promoted as a men's care, men's facial care, whatever the case may be, it promoted masculinity. Men have beards. Men want to shave. Men use razors. Gillette, the best a man can get. And everybody, most people bought into that. So then comes their montage, right? Toxic masculinity and bullying and hashtag Me Too and all of the rest of that. And what they wanted to say is, hey, we believe in the best of men. And then, of course, they cut to Terry Crews on Capitol Hill. Men need to hold each other accountable. Okay. When men say that men need to hold each other accountable, that's where these white knights are coming from, guys. White knights are coming from that idea. So then, of course, there are some guys at the pool, and he's telling this pretty girl in a bikini, hey, smile, sweetie, right? Of course, they had to try to make it extra misogynistic. Well, here's the thing. What the commercial didn't tell you was that the girl was just being a bitch. And that ain't feminine. Men want feminine women. Men want femininity. So the dude told her, listen, smile, sweetie. I guess the fact that he called her sweetie is what made it misogynistic. Well, would you rather me call you dude or something else masculine? The reason he told her to, and again, the reason he told her to smile is because masculine men like feminine, even men who aren't masculine, because of course, masculinity is literally being legislated out of society. Even men who are not masculine or afraid to act like men, even those guys know that they like feminine women. We don't want women walking around acting like frat boys. We don't want women walking around, with frowns on their face. No, we want them to smile. We want them to be happy. Well, what if she's not happy? Then what the fuck are you doing at a pool party then? Then, of course, it shows a black guy and a white guy walking out the store. Actually, he's a white guy. They showed the girl walking by, and the guy was like, oh, he's about to go talk to her. He's about to cold approach her. And then, of course, another guy, whoa, dude. Not cool. What? Not cool? A guy sees a pretty girl and it's not cool to talk to her? Like, what's not cool about approaching a girl and trying to strike up conversation? We ask our grandfathers and grandmothers, right? How did you meet grandma and grandpa? Tell us the story about how you got together. It's usually all the same thing. Well, I went to school, or I saw him at a park or whatever, and I noticed that he was looking at me, and he came right over and started talking to me. Yes. So grandpa cold approached grandma. They don't want men pursuing women anymore. If you are a man and you see a pretty girl and you want to go talk to her because she's a pretty girl, because this is what men do, that's toxic masculinity. That's bullshit. But keep in mind that all women swoon over romantic comedies that happen organically, right? So if John Cusack, Hugh Jackman, Chris Hemsworth, Liam Hemsworth, if he walks up on a girl and says, hey, my name is blah, 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 whatever my movie character name is, all the girls are like, oh, he's such a sweet guy. He was shy and went over and talked to her because he liked her. It's almost as though women would rather men approach women from a position of weakness and meagerness and meekness rather than approaching her confidently. If you reach down, you grab your Y chromosome and approach a woman with confidence and conviction. Hi, I'm Donovan. That's toxic masculinity. They would much rather just kind of shuffle our feet around. Hey, I kind of noticed that you were, incidentally enough, the guys that don't approach women with confidence, those are the guys that get hashtag Me Too, right? The guys that get hashtag Me Too and accused of sexual harassment, street harassment, these aren't the guys with game. You want to know why? Because those are the guys these girls fuck. Now, of course, those guys are obviously on the, on the short end of false rape accusations more times than not. But when you approach a woman with confidence, this is what women want. Women want us to approach them with confidence. But we are being told by Gillette that if you approach a woman with confidence, just flying by the seat of your pants, toxic masculinity. Women also like men who are go-getters. They admire, respect, and adore men who go for what they want. We see something, we go and get it. Whether it's a car, a woman, a business, more money, a promotion, a better career, a better life, traveling. As men, if we see something that we want, we go get it. This is what men do. But they are trying to shame it and legislate masculinity, toxic masculinity out of men. And basically, literally, what toxic masculinity is, it's just like feminism. Toxic masculinity are the bits of masculinity that women don't like, that women are uncomfortable with. Toxic masculinity to them is a man using discernment in terms of which women to use for strictly for sex and which women to pursue relationships with. Women don't like the fact that men of value overlook them. They don't like that. So when a man does approach a woman, oh, street harassment, toxic masculinity. Women talk all the time about how they want strong, decisive men. Yet when men are strong and decisive, you get hashtag Me Too. Toxic masculinity. Women are attracted to men who display masculine traits. So it should come as no surprise that Gillette, a company that makes male products, is shaming. Listen, man. Listen, we expect Depends to talk shit about men, right? We expect Secret, the deodorant. We expect, whatever female, we expect them to talk shit about men. That's what they do. But as usual, it's friendly fire. It's the same in the black community. I catch more hate from other black men than I do white men. And more white guys see me. White guys are the majority. But the majority of my haters are black. It is literally the same as men. The majority of the haters of the manosphere, the red pill, are men. Friendly fire. Here's something else that you notice about these white. Did you notice something else about these white knights? The guy that jumped in and white knighted for the girl at the pool. Don't talk to her like that. The black guy that stepped in front of the white guy who's going to go holler at the white girl. That's not cool. Did you notice something? These guys are good looking. Right? All of those white knights are good looking or they're celebrities. Terry Crews is a celebrity. Men must hold each other accountable. Terry Crews, go fuck yourself, dude. Go fuck yourself. There's another scene where two boys are wrestling. They're fighting. They're horseplaying. Dad runs right over. No, break it up. This is not how we treat people. This is not how we treat each other. Oh my God. We don't bully one another. Back in the day, if you came home, and again, I'm not trying to be all MGTOW and wish for the 1950s, but this is how it was. Back in the day, if you came home with a black guy, your father would ask, what happened? Well, Tommy Thompson beat me up again. He took my lunch money, beat me up, stuffed me in a locker, whatever. Dad, I don't know what to do. You know what Dad would tell us? Well, Donovan, the best way to get a bully to leave you alone is to fight back. Hit him in the nose. Hit him in the eye. Well, Dad, what if he kicks my ass? Maybe he does. But I promise you this, he's not going to fuck with you anymore. So little Donovan goes to school. There's Tommy Thompson. And Tommy Thompson's not a real person. It's just made up a name. Actually, I almost had a bully in middle school. His name was Bruce Kennedy. And he was sort of an all-talk bully. He said he was going to kick my ass, but never did. But little Donovan goes to school. There's Tommy Thompson. Give me your lunch money, Donovan. Donovan sucker punches him right in the eye. All right, so Tommy Thompson now gets in a fight with Donovan. Gives Donovan another black eye, a bloody nose. Donovan reaches up, maybe, tries to eye gouge him, whatever the case may be. The teacher comes out, breaks it up. So now little Donovan goes back home to his dad. His dad says, okay, Donovan, what happened? He says, well, Tommy asked me for my lunch money again, and I hit him. I didn't want him to take it. What happened after that? Well, he beat me up. Did he take your lunch money? Actually, no, he didn't. Do you know what Dad does? Dad then signs up little Donovan for jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, karate, teaches him to box, teaches him to wrestle. You know what, Donovan? I think we need to go and talk to the wrestling coach. Maybe sign you up for a boxing gym. That doesn't happen these days. If a kid gets bullied, what do the parents do? They run to the school board. And the kid that bullied the other kid, now all of a sudden he's on Ritalin. Or sometimes they even get charged, expelled. So young boys are being taught that if they're being bullied, to go run and tell someone. Well, guess what? Who the fuck are you going to tell when you're a grown-ass man? We got 25, 28-year-old men who have no idea what it's like to face adversity. This is why I talked to Kevin Samuels earlier today. We got 28-year-old motherfuckers still living at home. They got no idea what life is like. Then there's another scene where this African-American man has his little girl. He puts her in the mirror. He's like, I am strong. She's like, I am strong. Bruh, you're fucking up your daughter, dude. Listen, we as men, we don't want strong women in a masculine sense. We want women who have feminine strength. We don't want women acting like, listen, there is such a thing as a strong woman. I did a show on this a while back. It's called The Myth of Female Strength. Females can be strong. They can be strong within their femininity. Female strength is raising kids. That shit's not easy. Female strength is standing by her man when he gets laid off for the second time in 2 years. That's female strength. But guess what? Women want the male strength because women want male strength because they see that masculine strength is the one that matters. That's the one that gets all the accolades. They want it on the action. Here's the problem. They want the male strength, but they don't want to pay the male strength price. All these bitches out here want to be boss bitches, right? They don't ever want to pay the price. And women are always the first to tell you it costs to be the boss. So why don't you ever admit to fault? Why is it that when the pressure's on, you run into your office? Girls want male strength because they want male accolades. It does not work that way. Then, of course, shows, the guys at the barbecue grill. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys has become the new battle cry against, quote, toxic masculinity. When women commit paternity fraud, cheat on every man they get with, divorce rape men, and never take accountability, we never say, well, girls will be girls, right? We never say that. Ever. Nah, we as men, we're told to suck it up and charge it to the game. But when they say boys will be boys, that's supposed to be a bad thing. Then right at the end of the commercial, says, because the boys watching today will be the men of tomorrow. And that is the problem, man. Listen, man, I'm not surprised at this commercial. I'm really not. This commercial, again, is literally telling you that being a man in a masculine sense is a bad thing. And all they're doing is they're using apex fallacies in terms of where masculinity not can go wrong, but where masculinity can be used for evil. Right? Listen, rape is wrong. Forcing a woman to fuck against her will, that's rape. That's against the law. Put him in jail. But just because a man rapes a woman, that doesn't mean that's toxic masculinity. No, that dude was fucked up. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's acting masculine. Having sex with a woman against her will, there's nothing masculine about that. That is extraordinarily cowardly. There's nothing masculine about that. There's no toxic masculinity there. It's going to get to a point, gentlemen, and listen, man, and this might be hyperbolic, and I don't know if if it's going to happen or not, but I can't think of a scenario where at some point there are talks, there's legislation being brought to make it illegal to act like a man. It might even be illegal to be a man at some point. Listen, we laugh and we chuckle, but goddamn, man, it is like everything men do that separates themselves from the female species is frowned upon. So that's my take on the Gillette commercial. Again, it looks like I'm looking nice and stable because I'm streaming directly to YouTube. I'm not using OBS. And OBS uses a lot of bandwidth, man. OBS is heavy. But what's going on with my internet is that there's something seriously going on. I don't need to get into details. That's not y'all's problem. I'm going to have another tech come out here tomorrow. Brother Buck is in the house. Pops the cherry for, the third or fourth time. A-Lion says they are just virtue signaling and pandering to feminism. Absolutely. Jet Omega says you can't make this up. Agreed. BK from the Rockies is in the house. Says, that part of the commercial was nonsense. I guess everyone has to approach with apps now. Yeah, isn't that interesting? That's an interesting observation. I hadn't thought of it that way. And this is where the system is going to fuck itself. So if it's illegal or frowned upon or not cool to approach women face to face, well, the only way to approach women is on your phone. Well, when you're on a dating app, women don't judge you. They judge you based solely on the way you look. Fair or unfair, that's all they have to go on, guys. That's it. Well, damn, man, like women are so fucking picky online. Well, of course they are. They don't know anything about you. They haven't seen your mannerisms. They haven't talked to you face to face. So when it comes down to it, the best looking guys are going to do the best. And when you have, at this point, when you have the top 5% of people fucking most of the women, dude, that's not going to work. Jordan Peterson often talks about enforced monogamy. Dude, that's not going to happen, man. Natural selection fucks forced monogamy in the ass and then goes and fucks his girlfriend. Girls are going to fuck whoever they want to fuck. This is just how it is. Super celebra slut Amber Rose once famously said, listen, women fuck who they want, men fuck who they can. That's 100% true. It's harder for men to get laid than women. Okay, fine. So what men have to do in order to get laid is actually approach women. Well, guess what? You can't even do that anymore. The only way to approach women, just like BK from the Rockies just said, is on your phone. And on your phone, all a girl has is your image. So guess what? The bottom 95% of men who don't have top 5% in looks, they get left out. And when those guys get left out, you end up with guys like Nicholas Cruz, Alec Manassian, Elliot Rodger. This is what happens. Dude shoots up San Bernardino. How in the world did this happen? Toxic masculinity. Oh, well, wait a minute. Hold on. So let me get this straight. So Elliot Rodger and Alec Manassian, incels. Oh, toxic masculinity, blah, 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 blah. But approaching a woman out in the street, that's also toxic masculinity. Well, Alec Manassian and Elliot Rodger, they weren't terrible looking guys, but they weren't the best looking guys either. So the only way they can get women is to be online. Well, guess what? They're going to be passed over for the top 5% of guys. So what are they supposed to do? Now, no one's going to sit here and condone going and shooting a place up, but this is what happens. Everything men do to try to get laid is being labeled as toxic masculinity. Something's got to give, man. Something has given. But they keep doubling down, man. They keep going further and further and further. Now you can't even look at a girl and go, oh, dude, not cool. Wow. Sharpe Assist has dollar-shaped glove just for customers. Yeah, that's funny. Elian says, well, as a single divorced male, I'm ashamed and won't be buying their products no more after I finish what's left of course. I don't know. You know what? It's interesting. I think I've used Gillette razors before. If Gillette razors are on sale, I'll use those. And I'll use razors to clean this up down here on the bottom, make everything extra crispy up top. Yeah, dude, listen, man, I'm not the boycott XYZ, whatever. But if men want to send them, and listen, there's already backlash. If men want to send a message, dude, you got to boycott Gillette. You have to. Dude, women aren't buying Gillette shavers. I mean, there might be subsidiaries of Gillette that sell the Venus. I don't know what the companies are. But if men boycott Gillette, they're going to know why. Dude, why have our sales tanked by 75% in the first quarter of 19? Well, because you're telling men to be ashamed to be men. That's why. And men use our products. It's just like ESPN did a couple years back. Every time you turned on ESPN, they're telling you, fuck you. You're a man. Fuck you. You're a rapist. You're a criminal. You suck. Now watch us. Watch our sports. Dudes had enough. They kept doubling down and kept doubling down. What happened? Jamel Hill's dumbass got on the 6 o'clock sports center. And all that bitch did was talk about racism and misogyny. Michelle Beadle went crazy on Urban Meyer. You're white and privileged. You need to listen. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Enough was enough, dude. When you alienate your customer base, again, this is just bad business. You can't, listen, this is why the national anthem protests, this is why the NFL said, listen, we have to do something about this right now. It had nothing to do with the national anthem. It had nothing to do with racism. And as far as the NFL is concerned, no. They're saying, dude, our products, our players are pissing off the customers. That's why we want this to stop. Whether the NFL is really concerned about racial inequities, no, they're worried about the bottom line. And when you have your assets pissing off the customers, that's bad for business. Michelle Beadle, Jamel Hill, and all those other feminists, Christine Leahy, those people piss off your customers. Those guys walk away. So ESPN fired John Skipper, brought in another president and said, listen, man, we're cleaning this shit up. Now, ESPN still has remnants of the social justice wearing, but it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. DirecTV offered to refund customers all $360-something for their NFL Sunday ticket if they wanted to because of the national anthem protest. That had nothing to do with anything. That was a bottom line decision. That's what they did. And now Gillette has thrown their hat into the feminist ring. So they didn't learn from ESPN. They didn't learn from DirecTV. They didn't learn from the NFL. Nope. Gillette foolishly believes that what happens on social media is what matters the most. This is what's happening, is these big companies are using social media as the gauge for what's happening in the real world. You know what? Everybody thought Hillary Clinton was going to win the election almost 3 years ago, back in 2016. Donald Trump thought Hillary was going to win the election. Guess what? Trump won the election. You want to know why? Because the internet is not the real world. Twitter and Instagram and social media and Facebook, that's not the real fucking world. All of these big companies continue to make their business decisions based on what social media says. And one by one, they all falter. Well, guess what? Gillette is going down that same path. Gillette is owned by Procter & Gamble. I think I knew that. I think I did. George says if a kid gets bullied, the best thing to do is fight. Even if you get your ass kicked, you will gain respect. You will let everyone else know you are not bullyable. Totally agree, man. Totally agree. It's amazing. Like, I've been in many, many fights. And don't get me wrong. Like, when I get in a fight with someone, win or lose, sometimes I still fucking hate the guy just because. But, dude, more often than not, after I trade hands with someone, I either feel just sort of neutral. Okay, I don't hate him. I don't like him. But there is respect. You don't have to like someone to respect them. This is just what happens. You see two MMA fighters talking all the shit about each other. Two boxers talking all the shit about each other. They get in they get in the ring, they trade hands. At the end of the fight, win, lose, or draw, they embrace, man. Listen, there is a bond that is formed between two men who engage in physical combat against one another. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. Talked all that shit. Controversial decision. What did they do? They still went and hugged and embraced. Dude, you're the best. That wasn't lip service, man. That wasn't them pandering to the... That was real fucking talk. They said, hey, we made a lot of money, right? Hey, congratulations to you for beating a drug addiction. Congratulations to you for making it from nothing. Hey, we're two men. We just traded hands. It was a draw. Guess what? Let's go out and have a beer and go to the strip club. This is how men work. This is how it happens. Steve the Pilot. Oh, Steve the Pilot. Shout out to you. Says, in my high school, you'd even get suspended for self-defense. Jesus Christ, man. Michael R. says, women want the benefit without the responsibility. Lorenzo Davis is in the house. Huh. That's weird. Alliance says, I was in high school in the mid-90s. So was I. You took care of shit outside. Now I hear in my kid's school, even if you get hit, you're not supposed to defend yourself. Shit. Dude, if you hit me, I'm going to break your fucking face, dude. Oh my God, I'm going to crack your fucking orbital bone and break your jaw. I'm going to fuck you up. Michael Lars says, eventually, even approaching women will become a crime, which is sad. Yeah. Yep. Izzy says, go Patriots. Yeah, that should be Patriots Chiefs should be a very good game. Lorenzo Davis says he does manscaping with Gillette Fusion razors. Explosive diet, ED, not erectile dysfunction, explosive diet. Which would you rather have? Would you rather have erectile dysfunction or explosive diarrhea? Give me the diarrhea. I gotta fuck. Straight up. 27 Bug says, yo, what happened to you on the brother pill? Yeah, I'm not on the brother pill anymore. I still write for the Negro Manosphere. And O'Shea and I mean, dude, we're still totally cool. But yeah, the brother pill ran its course. I was the guest host, whatever, for season 2. And when season 2 ended, that was the end for me. And listen, I mean, I just got busy. I got really, really busy, man. My show has taken off. I have a lot more obligations now. I'm making a lot more money. I'm trying to make a lot more changes. I do my best to bring value to the show, to make your experience better. And those of you who have watched and listened to me over the years, you guys can see the steady improvements and upgrades that I've made. And it was just time to go. It was just time to go. I mean, I may drop in every now and again. So Steve the Pilot says Wikipedia has a list of Procter & Gamble companies, so you can stay away from them if you want. I wouldn't recommend staying away from all Procter & Gamble companies because then you're not going to be able to do your laundry. Just stop buying Gillette razors until they, dude, there's too much competition out here for Gillette to be saying, hey, toxic masculinity is bad. Don't be boys. Fuck you. I'll use another fucking razor. Fuck that. Dude, I'll use the George, the Sultan of Silver Bruno's fucking straight razor before I fucking go back to that shit. Ridiculous. Young Peasy says, I think O'Shea should add Rom Wills to the brother pill. I think you guys are good for that show. But okay. Well, I appreciate it. Dre the Great says, brother pill ain't the same without Don and Steve. They made the show. Yeah. I mean, I was good. I knew I was good. And, I mean, it was fun, dude. It was fun. But, dude, honestly, it got to a point to where, oh, my God. So, I first started out on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Then I did that for a month, and then I said, look, dude, I can only do Tuesdays and Thursdays. I did that for a couple of months, and even then, I was still wearing myself out because I would have 2 to 3 consultations. Then I'd be on the air on my show for an hour and a half. Then I'd be on the air with O'Shea for 2 hours. So I'm doing 2 hours of consultations and then another 3.5 hours on the air. I was literally just burning myself out. Like I was just, oh my God, I was exhausted, man. I was exhausted. And I loved doing the brother pill. I really did. It just got to a point where I'd gotten way too busy. I may make an appearance, man. I mean, I'm not gone forever. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, so let's take a poll here. Would you rather have explosive diarrhea or erectile dysfunction? Explosive diarrhea or erectile dysfunction? Me personally, give me the explosive diarrhea. Dude, I'll eat fucking Imodium until I'm all stopped the fuck up. And I think Imodium is made by Procter & Gamble, I think. I could be wrong. Explosive diarrhea or erectile dysfunction. Give me the explosive diarrhea because I absolutely have to fuck. Gotta fuck. Yeah. Oh, Steve the Big says erectile dysfunction. Wow. Wow. Okay, so Lorenzo Davis would rather have... okay, there you go. There you go. Legend P says he can wear diapers given the diarrhea. I guess Steve the Big has had all the pussy he can handle because he would rather have the ED. Jerron Venable says diarrhea all day. Steve the Pilot says I'd rather blow mud. A Lion says erectile dysfunction because I can get the blue pill to take care of it. Fair enough. Explosive diarrhea, but you're smashing and you got... Jervis Horton says, all right, explosive diarrhea, but when you're smashing, you got to shit. It is what it is. Sharpe Assist says ED, the bitch can wait. Oh my God. Speaking of which, this week I've actually gotten Devin a few more pairs of heels. I got her these. These came in, I think these came in either a couple days ago. Your garden. It's actually, so she already has this pair of heels right here, right? And these are the stiletto pumps, literally made exactly the same way. Trying to add a little bit of variety. Fake snakeskin blue heels. I'm actually going to fuck her in these tonight. Devin's been on her period all week, and my balls are heavy, and I need to fuck. So she's going to be wearing these tonight when I fuck her. Listen, man, call this call it whatever call it whatever you want. For me, and here's the thing, guys, and a lot of guys are like, where did this high heels thing come from? Listen, man, every guy likes a woman in high heels. It doesn't matter how hot a woman is. Every woman is hotter when she wears heels. That's just all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Oh, Devin's washing. She says, hey, give those back. I've only got one of them. I'm going to have to shoot her a text and tell her to come in and get them. Hang on a second, guys. Oh, if Devin's watching, Devin, come in and get him. Come in and get him. So, yeah, so she's got the other one. So I'm going to be fucking her in these tonight. She already had these. You guys know all about these. I usually have those up on the back. I think these are like, and these are nice and high. Nice and high. I love them nice and high. Basically, stripper girls. There they are. Right there. Right there. And, explosive diarrhea says, for me, yoga pants are my weakness. Listen to me, man. Listen, like most teenagers and guys in their 20s and 30s, dude, I spanked the monkey to porn. Dude, I haven't watched porn in almost 4 years, right? But, dude, I jerked off the porn from, dude, when I was 15 years old, I was jerking off the porn. I jerked off the porn all the way up until I was 37 years old, man. Right? And the things that always, the things that and we all have different positions. We like to see women get fucked in this and that and the other. For me, it was women with heels, man. Heels and tan lines. Devin has these. Well, I mean, I can't really show you pictures of her tan lines because then she would be naked. But yes, this is Devin. As you can tell, she's got on a sort of a slingshot bikini. And in that picture, she is wearing these stripper heels. Yes, I fuck her in these too. These are heels that strippers like to wear on stage. But yeah, dude. A naked woman in high heels. When I see a woman naked in heels, it makes me want to put 7 babies in her. And I love, and again, when I fuck Devin, dude, I make her dress up in this shit 9.5 times out of 10. Straight up, dude. I almost never fuck Devin completely naked. Almost never. I can't remember the last time I did. When I fuck Devin, when I fuck her, dude, I've done an episode on this before. When I fuck my girl, I want her to look like a porn star crossed with a stripper. Dude, I want her hair curly. I want the big hoop earrings. I want fucking lipstick slathered on. I want the full makeup. I want you in heels. I want you in see-through, whatever. All of that stuff. I want you looking just like a... And you want to know something? And a lot of guys are like, Donovan, how is it that you just don't jerk off to porn? Well, one is just restraint. And don't get me wrong, I get tempted every now and again. But when you have a girlfriend who has the body of a porn star, who dresses like a porn star, I don't have to jerk off because I get to fuck a porn star. Listen, you guys have seen Devin's body, man. Like, I'm not exaggerating. I don't know if any of you guys are watching me for the first time. But Devon's got the body of a porn star, guys. She does. She has that hourglass figure. Her breast size, 36 double D. She has an unbelievable body. No doubt about it. And she looks unbelievable in slutty clothes. And to me, there is nothing hotter than a naked woman in heels, man. That is my, of course, this is Devon right here wearing see-through whatever. Of course, I had to fade out the nipples, but I don't know if you guys, yes, you guys can see the tan lines right there. Guys can see the tan lines right there. Ah, there we go. There's her ass. Dude, Devon has an unbelievable ass. She has, and listen, she's 34 years old. She's about to be 35. So Devon's past the wall, okay? But she was blessed by the genetic gods. Here's another problem. Devon is not very disciplined. She does not like to work out. She hates it. So what did this guy do? To preserve her genetics, to preserve that, to make sure it stays looking as close to that as possible, hopefully into her 40s. Your boy's putting I'm putting Devon on HGH starting tonight. She is starting HGH, human growth hormone, number 1. And I am hiring a personal trainer. A female personal trainer will come to our building and train Devon in the gym we have in this building 3 times a week, 1 hour apiece. So this is about to look even better. So within the next 4 or 5, maybe 6 months, Devon is going to be hotter and tighter probably than she's ever been. She has good genes. I want to make sure she stays fuckable. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, I got her. So those, the blue pair came this week. Also another couple of pair that came, you guys can see them behind me, are these. These are sort of like a, looks like a suede almost. Now here's the thing. These are not, they're not quite as high as the ones you just saw, right? They're not quite as high, but listen, they're still high, but they're not quite as high. Interestingly enough, and I got her a red pair and a pink pair. Interestingly enough, the company that I bought them from inexplicably gave me a full refund. I have no idea why. Here's another pair that came for her, and these are my favorite pair. Oh yes, look at these bad boys. Look at these. I'm fucking her in these tomorrow night. Look at those. And listen, not only do I love high heels, I like it when and Devon has, dude, her legs are sexy as fuck. I love it when they have like the ties that go up with the little bow. Psh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, this isn't that, but this is, you know, I like heels that attach to a woman's leg. Love it. Here's the thing. So I've got her slutty outfit for tonight. Tomorrow night, she's not going to be, there's no slutty outfit tomorrow night. The only thing she is going to be wearing tomorrow, she's going to have makeup. And listen, I'll give her these instructions. I'm going to make her wear makeup, hoops, curly hair, heavy red lipstick. She's going to wear those. Obviously, she's going to wear those heels, and she's going to wear a choker. That's it. She's going to be butt naked. Naked in hoops, heels, a choker, and lipstick. I'm going to fuck the piss out of this woman. Jesus fucking Christ. Dude, when Devon walks in looking like that, oh my God. Hey. And I like feeling that way. I like it when I see Devon walk out in whatever slutty nothing that she walks out in. I like the feeling that I get. Like, dude, I am going to fuck this woman. I'm going to pull her hair. I'm going to fucking make marks on her ass. Dude, I absolutely, and Devon looks unbelievable in slutty clothes. This is great. And this is interesting because like any woman in her mid 30s who, you know, is with a guy like me, she sometimes wonders aloud, well, you know, I mean, I know you go to the gym and I know you see other girls, and listen, she's right. I see attractive women at the gym all the time. I see attractive women when I'm out and about. But here is why I like this life rather than the Vegas player life. Had a great time in Vegas, wouldn't trade it for the world. But here's why. Here's why. If Devon takes care of her shit, if she keeps doing what she needs to do, right? If she does this HGH, takes the personal trainer seriously, this is why she's going to drastically reduce the odds of me running around. Here's why. So I see an attractive girl wherever. Immediately I ask myself, does she cook? Probably not. Can she cook? I don't know. Does she cook? Probably not. Then I ask myself, would she wear this? Would she wear these? Would she wear shit like this every time I fuck her? The whole getup, the hoops, the heels that she can barely walk in. And Devin's actually quite good at walking in heels now, like those kinds of heels now. It's pretty crazy. Which isn't too good because if she wants to run away, she can't. Like, see, if I put her on those heels, she can't run away. But then I ask myself, is she willing to get all dolled up and just look like an absolute slut every time I fuck her? The answer is definitely going to be no. So I can either try to holler at this girl who's not going to give me what my girl is giving me. And listen, Devin's no snowflake. She's not a unicorn. I'm sure there are other mid-30s women who have, genetics as good as Devin who would do the same. But guess what? I'm 41, man. I don't have time to go out and look for that stuff. I just don't have the desire to. That's the reason. I know Devin doesn't have any STDs. I know she loves me. I know she's probably loyal to me. Now, is there a chance that our relationship could end? Of course. Could she cheat on me? Of course. Could I cheat on her? Of course. And of course, listen, she's worried about this stuff all the time. But as long as she keeps doing that, as long as she sucks my dick the way she does, she lets me do absolutely everything I want to her in bed. She has very little to worry about. Dre the Great says Devin is a dime. Yeah, listen, Devin's hot. Like, that's all there is to it. And here's the thing. Devin is attractively hot, right? Like, in the face, I don't know, Devin's probably a 6.5. Devin's not ugly. Of course she's not ugly, but she has average to slightly above average looks in the face. 6.5 in the face. 6.75 when she's all made up when we go out. The body's a 9, guys. The body is a 9. Absolutely. Some other pictures here. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. And yes, I am objectifying my woman. Oh yeah, this is actually a picture she took for me when we first started talking. I said, I want to see what your ass looks like and blah, 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 blah. You can see the tan lines there. Another picture of Devin's ass. Devin has an unbelievable ass, dude. And I'm not just on here telling you guys this to just brag on my woman and this and that and the other. Part of it is, listen, I'm not going to lie. Part of it is that. Oh, this is one of my favorite pictures right there. Yep, you can see the tan lines right there. But the reason I talk about this so much, right? There's another great picture of Devin's ass. I mean, you can see she has a shapely body. But the reason why I talk about this stuff is because there are too many men who are afraid to demand what they want sexually from a woman. Robert Allen says, beats most of the Instagram thoughts with that booty. Yeah. Yes. Devin could be an Instagram model, or at least the booty model, if she wanted to be. I don't know, that would actually make us quite a bit of money. But men are afraid. All men want their women to look like this when they fuck them. All men do. We're men. We love beautiful bodies. We love shapely asses. Look, that's a heart-shaped ass. We love that stuff. Take any woman, put her in high heels, that increases her sexual market value by 78 points. So Devin's what, a 6.5? When she puts on heels, she's like an 87. If my math is correct. But guys always think they're lucky stars. Ooh, Stephanie's going to wear the red ones with the snaps tonight. Or, hey, baby, why don't you ever wear these? Nah, it is not that kind of party at the Donovan Sharpe family compound. Fuck that. In the Donovan Sharpe family compound, I'm having porn star sex every goddamn night. Devin doesn't know it yet. I don't know if she's watching. Maybe she's getting ready. She doesn't know it yet, but we're about to start a streak. We had a streak where I fucked her, I think, 4 straight days before she got her period. She just got off of her period, so I'm definitely, oh my God. I'm going to be all up in that ass. I have so many, dude, I have so many more pictures of Devin. And dude, before I fuck her and all that, dude, I take pictures of her all the time. She has no, She has no problem with it. Even if she did, guess what? Bend your ass over and take these fucking pictures. I'm trying to let you guys know. Women will do whatever it is you want to do as long as you are that kind of guy, man. You have to demand the stuff of your woman. And if she doesn't do it, find someone else who will. I'm going to try to find my favorite Devin photo in this particular one to leave it on because my arm is getting a little tired. There's me and George the Sultan Bruno. That's a pretty good one. That's me grabbing her ass. That's me and Hunter Drew. That's a split shot. Yeah. Devin's legs. Devin has unbelievable legs. Huge tits. Me grabbing her ass again. There we go. I'll leave her legs up. Look at her legs. She has awesome legs. So those are my plans for the evening. Is that Devin she's gonna get dressed. I think I've got her on like some sort of fishnet. I don't know. It's probably maybe probably maybe 3 feet long. Covers everything from her tits to right to the bottom of her pussy. She's gonna wear those super high heels. She's gonna have in the hoops. She's gonna have on the choker. Oh my god, I can't wait. I am going to beat the brakes off of her. And then tomorrow, nothing but hoops, heels, and a choker, and some lipstick. And she is going to get it. She's gonna get it. All right, let me go back up the chat here. All right. Okay, let's see here. Young Peasy said he got his blow up all the same heels. Oh, thank you. Amos Elliott says makes the ass and legs look better. Yes, it does. Yes, dude. When a woman wears heels, it makes her. It's weird how it works. So when a woman wears heels, it forces her to use muscles in her legs that she doesn't normally use when she's not wearing heels, right? So now the quads are engaged. The hamstrings are a little bit more engaged. So now you get a little bit more definition in the legs, and now the ass is engaged. It lifts the ass, makes the legs look longer, more defined. Ooh, I love it. Love it. And the thing is I mean, people say, oh, you have a foot fetish. No, I don't have a foot fetish. I just like heels. And listen, there's nothing wrong with guys who have foot fetishes. But when I think of foot fetish, I think of guys who like to, with all that stuff. They like to watch feet and all this other kind of stuff. I think Rex Ryan, former head coach for the New York Jets and Buffalo Bills, former defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, had kind of a foot fetish. Like a video got leaked of his wife, like just spreading her toes or something like that. Hey, dude, whatever floats your boat, man. But I'm not a foot guy. I just like hot women and high heels, man. That's what gets my motor running, dude. No matter how hot a woman is, she is always hotter in heels. Amos Elliott says, I love strippers. I don't love strippers. I like the way they look. And because Devin has a stripper body, I make her look like one. Yola Maserati says, Donovan Sharpe, you are a very wise man. Absolutely. Explosive Diarrhea says, where do you get HGH? Send me an email, Donovan Sharpe, ROK, @gmail.com, and I will send you the link. Yes, Devin is going to be on HGH. HGH, and again, I don't want to be hyperbolic here, but there's no hyperbole here. HGH makes women hotter, guys. Tighter skin, denser bones. Dude. More muscle, less fat. I mean, it literally just look up the benefits of human growth hormone for both men and women. Amos says, way to take care of your sex life. Hell yeah, dude. Like, listen, man, I'm 41 years old. Okay, I'm on testosterone replacement therapy, but I got to be really and dude, I have fucked so many women, dude. I just can't fuck girls. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't do it. It takes a little more than you just getting undressed. Nah, bitch. Throw on the hoops, the heels, slather on lipstick, make sure it's extra heavy. Give me rainbow dick on your knees and then bend over. ED says he likes the red and pink heels in the back. Those aren't high enough for me. I think I'm going to get her. I think I'm going to get her. I think I'm going to get her some red ones and some pink ones that are higher. Those are high, but those aren't high enough. These are high enough. These are high, just so you guys can see how high these are. These are like 6-inch, 7-inch heels. Those are awesome. Jervis Horton says, Menage a Trois was the hardest fucking dark-skinned chick in the 90s, long-ass tongue. John Michael Basile says, I'm on point. You better believe it. You better believe it. John Michael Basile says, just asking, do you have a foot fetish? No, I don't have a foot fetish. I just like hot women in heels. Like, again, foot fetish. I don't have a foot fetish, but a lot of guys like for women, they like to suck on their toes and they like them to jerk them off at their feet. No. That's not that kind of party. No. I don't have, and most of the heels that I have for Devin are closed-toed. It doesn't matter to me about the feet or the toes. I just like to see her in heels. Straight up. A-Line says the pictures I get from women I talk to don't look like that. Hey, man, stay in the game. At some point, they will. John Michael Basile says most important thing is that you are happy with her body, sexual availability, and attitude. Yes. Listen, man. This is what women need to understand. And here's the thing, dude. Does Devin like getting all dolled up and dressed up every single time? No. I'm sure there are many, many nights where she's in the bathroom or here in the room thinking, fuck, I got to put on these heels and I got to do this and that. Why can't I just fuck barefooted? Like, I know she has these thoughts, but you want to know something? She knows that this is what I want. She doesn't get all dolled up for her pleasure. She does that for me. She does that because she likes that I drool, that I literally cannot not fuck her. Devin loves the fact that I have that much desire for her. There's a cost. You got to dress up, but the payoff is good. And of course, the paper towels after I blow my load in her face. I don't know. I might make her swallow tonight. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen. Sports Droppings says, I like long pigtails. They make great handles, if you know what I mean. Sports Droppings, are you Doctore? Because Sports Droppings is Doctore's handle on Twitter. Dude, I'm getting a boner here just talking about this stuff. This is unbelievable. This is great. Yes, sir. There he is. My man. My man, Doctore, is in the motherfucking house. Good to see you in here, man. Donovan Sharpe, ROK@gmail.com. John Michael Basile says, every girl likes shoes. Donovan cracked the code. You know what's interesting? Devin is not really... She's not really into shoes. Not like the typical girl. And Devin's no different. She was doing girl shit before I met her. But she's not really, I got to have this shoe. She has a few pairs of shoes, right? But the reason why she does what she does is because she likes that it makes her irresistible to me. The only one wants to know have I ever met Devin's parents? Yes, I have met them, and they like me. It wouldn't matter if they didn't. I'd still be fucking their daughter. Sports Droppings has been on his grind, emerging from the cave soon. Excellent. Excellent. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this special edition of Hoops and Heels with Donovan Sharpe. I'm going to go jump in the shower. I need to do some honey and whiskey to recover my voice from all the yelling I did when I was pissed off. My apologies to you guys for being on and offline. I can assure you that the internet issues will be fixed soon. Guys, be sure to tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern for the Redman Group. We are going to be talking about secrets women cover up, or what is it? Hold on. Let me go back real quick. It has something to do with women lying or something. Give me 2 seconds. I know this is bad radio, but Mr. Wave says, man, I missed the stream. Don't worry, Mr. Waves. I'm actually going to leave this one up on YouTube, so don't sweat it. So we are talking about, fucking hell, where the fuck is it? Secrets women. Oh, God damn it. Just give me the fucking link. Come on. Tomorrow at 10, Redman Group. Fucking hell, let me get in here. This is ridiculous. I don't know why it won't show me the... So what the fuck? Secrets women keep from men. The secrets that women keep from men. Shout out to Amos Elliott with the $10 contribution. I appreciate that. Secrets women keep from men. That is going to be Redman Group episode number 50 tomorrow night or tomorrow morning. So you guys certainly do not want to miss that. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for your patience. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern.